the guy that I lost my virginity to is the first guy that I went down on.
Damn. Really? Mm-hmm. How good do you think you were that first time?
I'm going to say not that good.
How much better have you gotten?
Well, the feedback... Excuse me.
Oh, clear your throat. Swallow.
The feedback I get is very good, but in the same way...
Just so you know, that's a lot like...
That's a lot.
Like getting recognized. No one recognizes you and says you're horrible. They go, hey man, love your work. Love you on fucking...
That I know.
5-star Yelp review.
5-star Yelp review.
That's what I was about to say.
It's been pretty good.
5-star gulp review.
Oh my God. That's what I was about to say, is that in the same way that like, oh my God, will it fit is bullshit. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I like to think I'm good, but I don't really know. There was one boyfriend who was always like, where did you learn to do that? And I was like, that is the weirdest question. And I almost felt like he was suggesting that I was slutty in the question.
That's interesting.
It was weird. Like it was like a compliment that made me feel like he wanted me to justify like where I learned to do this.
Interesting.
I said the first blowjob I ever got, I said to her, I was a freshman in college, and I said, that was amazing. And she goes, I get that a lot. And I was like, oh, way to make me feel special.
My first blowjob was from a girl who was, she was sexually active in her teen years. And she went at my penis like a fat guy at an IHOP. I mean, she set it up. She set me up, laid me back, did a lot of rubbing first, kissed around the air. I mean, this girl was 15 years old.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, wow. I mean, that was my first blowjob. I don't think I've had a sexual experience like that since. It was so intense.
I was always so rushed and panicked to get into sex. Like it was all like my I guess my analogy would be a guy who wakes up 30 minutes before they're landing and the waitress goes, "Did you want your meal?" Like that's how I have sex. If we're doing food analogies, and so you're like, "Oh fuck, quick! Is there a roll? I can see if I can get you one."
Why? Are you afraid the food's going to be taken away?
Yeah, and I don't last very long, and so I'm just always been rushed and like I very seldomly I think if I smoked pot or took a Xanax, I take my time with it.
Mm. But do you go multiple rounds?
No.
Wow. Leanne is a lucky woman.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing. To give a good blowjob with all the bells...
I don't think I'm going to need this advice.
Look, you never know. You were asking about what it's like to love a man.
Okay.
To give a good blowjob, like in bed with all the like the hand and the mouth and the hand and the other hand and everything, it's sort of an awkward position and it can be a little bit uncomfortable. Yeah. But you don't want to half-ass it, but still it can be like you get all of a sudden, especially you get like a crick in your neck or whatever, and it's just it's not the most comfortable position. So since I'm super duper pregnant, my husband has been giving me back rubs in bed. This just started a few days ago, which is very nice. However, it felt so good. I felt both hands. And then all of a sudden, pretty quickly, I just felt one hand. And I'm like, did you stop using both hands? And he's like, yeah, it's a really awkward position for my wrist to be in if I use both hands. And I'm like, aha! But see,
I thought he was jerking off while he was doing it.
But see...
I bet. Are you just using one hand? Yeah.
I'm really into rubbing your back. Some guys have a foot fetish. He has a back fetish.
But see, whereas I will muscle through and continue even though I'm uncomfortable, he was quick to just retire one hand.
Right. Yeah. Now, you got to be like an accordion player. You got to work everything. Sing while both fingers are working.
Right.
But the thing is, if Bert and I ever give a blowjob, it's going to be because we're in prison and we're not going to want it to be good. Because we don't want that rap.
I disagree. I'd want it to be fantastic so I could wrap it up quicker. I wouldn't want to do a bad job for longer. I'll do a good job for shorter. Does that make sense? I've already thought this through.
But do you want a reputation in prison as the guy that gives the best blowjob?
I'd say, hey, man, if you like these, I wouldn't be spreading around that I'm good at them. Just me and you.
Right.
Yeah.
You really have thought this through.
I've thought this through a lot. I've thought this through a lot. I used to have a bit I did on stage where I'd say to the guy in the front row, if 5 guys broke into our cell, we're cellmates, and they said, do you want anal sex or oral sex? Which one do you pick? And if he took longer than a second, I go, you're already taking way too long. And he'd be like, I just say I don't want either. I go, oh, they'll pick that one. Guess who's getting fucked in the ass while I'm warming him up. And then I was like, the next question was, if you could pick to be the starting pitcher and throw 8 innings, or the closer, John Rocker, and just throw 1 and take the load, which one would you pick? And he go, I go, all right, you're Lucy in the Chocolate Factory, because I'll be starting them all up, and you'll be getting 2 at a time.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully I never give a blowjob.